Okay, I just pulled this off and just taking a look at the wear. Here's the hardware. So the ski has 1,000 miles on it, and I have not once messed with any of these bolts since I put it on 1,000 miles ago. Actually, I should say no. I think I put a couple hundred miles on it in the spring, and then the summer I redid it. We redid some things and put a new mounting bracket on. So this has about 800 miles on it, and I haven't touched the bolts. Put Loctite on here, and that is the bolt onto the spindle, titanium bolt. That looks like it's in really good shape. No extra wear there. This was the ski rubber for the Yeti. It's installed with the front the way the Yeti recommends the front, and this rubber looks very much new like. Very happy with this. Looks like that screw came up just a little, but otherwise I haven't had to tighten it or anything. So just a little bit of the sticker on it suffered a little bit of damage there.
Something like this.
Yeti spindle. See, I've got it all the way forward with the bolts, and that seemed to work good for my setup. Okay, here's an overview of the ski. 1,000 miles on it. Top of the ski. Back of the ski. Not a lot of visible wear on the top. You can see I've dumped it on the side, and this side got scratched up from a couple crashes on gravel where I went down. This side, I don't recall falling on that side, so you notice how there isn't much for the abrasions. So let's look at the underside. This is what we got. I'm not sure why it has a whitish appearance to it, but that appears to be something that is just a residue. Not sure what that is from, why it's so white. So 1,000 miles. You can see what wear is on this. Lots of gravel riding. The channels held up really good, and you know, I'd expect these scratches from riding on gravel. There's a gouge there. It's kind of been deformed in here some, a little bit in here. I think that's from a lot of like gravel riding. I'd take a look at it after I went across the gravel. Got a little bit of metal showing through there also, but the rear of it is held up exceptionally well too. I mean, there doesn't appear to be much for damage that really affected the handling. I mean, yeah, these little marks and stuff, and it wore down a little bit on this, and these are definitely worn. There's one kind of puncture hole there, and I'm not sure. Let me pull an instrument, be like a dentist. Yeah, it's definitely goes into it, so I'm not sure. Yeah, it feels like that's a potential issue because moisture could get up in that. That should be an easy fix though. You could just plug that with some glue or something, Gorilla Glue, something along that line that forms hard. Or maybe that E6000 stuff or whatever it's called. Anyway, I'll plug something into there. That should be an easy fix. So I think these have some extra wear on the front, and that's maybe because of my more aggressive ski position where it tilts it down a little bit more. So I think this is kind of coming up a little earlier. I'll have to compare it to brand new ones, but I think that's worn down some. And then this center skag here, definitely like right away in the gravel, that wore. You kind of see it from the side there. I think it actually started handling better when that front end, you know, wore down. It used to be more aggressive, like see the back end there. So the front end was aggressive like that, and it just grinded it down. And I think it actually improved a lot of things, but you'll see it's not bent at all, one side or the other. Everything is functionally working great. Take a look at it from the back. So there's your 1,000-mile effect. And I think it has handled better. You can see it kind of shaved down on this side. I haven't messed with these side screws at all. That's held up really good. 1,000 miles of abuse. The back end looks pristine. Yeah, really good on the back end. So that's what we're looking at. Okay, here's a look at the spindle I just pulled off. I switched out and I put the older, taller spindle on. And just to show there's no damage. Bolts never came out. Everything looks really good on that. Although I did find these, I think they kind of broke off there. Okay, I just pulled these bolts out to show no damage there. I'm going to slide this back just a bit. I'm going to try one setting back since I got the little bit taller spindle. I think it's about 1 inch taller, the older Yeti spindle. So a lot of people are interested in the dimensions of the ski. I have a tape measure there. And we're looking at 43 inches, or 109 centimeters. That's not a super precise measurement, but that's your length. It actually looks spot on, 43 inches. And then width-wise, here's what we're looking at width. Okay, there's the tail. Looks like 10 inch and 26, a little under 25.5 centimeters. And let's look right at the center here. We are looking at, yeah, that's about center right there. We're looking at just over 10 inches and 26 centimeters. Here's height. And I've worn down these side skags some, but just gives you kind of an idea on how much. Looks like to the top of the ski about 18 centimeters or 3¼ inches. So there's kind of some rough estimations there. This is with the Yeti hardware. Yeti hardware on there, mounting bracket, everything. Everything's on there except the rubber. So I don't think that's going to make a big difference, but let's put the rubber on there. And we are at 18 pounds, 5 ounces. All right, if you don't want to do the math, here's your metric conversion. 8.3 kilograms with the rubber.
This ain't the way it's supposed to be. BS! This ain't the way it's supposed to be.